What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the Dstar01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles, and he's back. He's the man. He's the Jedi Master. It is Ron Hunt.
Hello, hey, Ron. Everybody. How's it going? It's been a while, but I am glad to be back.
Did you know people always ask, where's Ron? They message me on Instagram. They leave comments on old videos that you're in, and they're like, where's Ron?
Well, I want to tell everybody that it's not for lack of trying. That's for darn sure.
Yes.
But, you know, there's that Jacob problem around here.
Yes,
Children.
Yes, children. So anyway, today is a very special day. This is a sponsored review, but...
Wait, what?
Wait, I know. This isn't from www.dstar01theme.com. No, this is actually a Damiensaber that they sent to us.
Wonderful.
So this is a sponsored review, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be rough and tough with it. We're going to tell you exactly how I feel and how Ron feels when we're looking at this saber. So, the reason why I brought Ron is because he is a connoisseur of all types of lightsabers. So tell us a little bit about your saber collection. We actually do have some that we're going to compare it with.
Okay, so big Star Wars nerd. It even decorates my skin. That's just one of those things.
Wow.
But having been a fan for as long as I have, of course, I've had an opportunity or two to get one of these noisy flashlights, light-powered burritos. There's a couple different names for those of us who are in the scene as it relates to lightsabers. But this was a really wonderful opportunity there that Damiensaber has presented us there, and we would love to take a look at what they've sent us there to let you folks know whether or not it's worth your time, hard-earned money, and most importantly, I forgot what I was going to say next, but that's all right.
Most importantly, does this really fit in your collection? Now, I'm going to give this to you, Ron. This is my Christmas gift to you.
Well,
let me ask you this. So this is going to be the number one question that everyone's probably thinking right now. If you got this as a gift, how would you feel? Being a Star Wars nerd fan ever since the beginning, you probably saw Return of the Jedi in theaters, probably? No?
I'm old, okay? I get that, all right? I appreciate that, okay? But, talk your garbage to me in my good ear.
Okay.
But no, I've been a big fan for years, and of course, receiving something like this from people who know me, it's a wonderful gift regardless, and I appreciate your generosity as well as the generosity of the folks there at Damiensaber. Right. But just taking a look at what we have in front of us here. Okay? It looks to be wonderful, looks to be really smooth.
But it's not a character saber. Let's get that clear.
That is a very, very good point that we need to make sure we point out. This is not a licensed product in any way, shape, or form. This is not based on anybody's saber. If you're a fan of whether it's the Legends, whether it's the new Disney continuity, barf, any of that stuff.
Barf.
Sorry, just,
A little barf there.
Just throw up in my mouth, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But in any case, it's still a wonderful piece, and while it doesn't necessarily fit with any of your favorite Jedi or Sith Lords or those weird gray ones that I hear about every so often, It's still super neat.
Okay. All right, so let's just jump into it. That's how Ron feels. This is how I feel. Now, Ron is more of a Jedi Master. He's been collecting all the sabers. I'm more of a Padawan. I'm not going to lie. There was a learning curve with this saber. That's a minor gripe. It took me a while to understand all the features, all the motion controls, everything to get this thing to where I want it to be. But once I got over that learning curve, once I understand where the sweet spot is to change the sounds and everything like that, the lights, I was like, wow, I'm genuinely impressed with this saber. It's easily worth the $120 because it's really nicely made, it's well built and everything like that. So that is our breakdown of it. Now let's dive deeper into this. So what do you want to look at first? Let's take this Mandalorian broken kneecap. And let's go to the top cam here. Let's see what we're looking at here. So what do you want to look at first, Ron?
Okay, so one of the first things we want to go ahead and point out about this saber is the overall length of this one.
Yes.
We've got about maybe a hand and a half here, which is a good size on that hilt. How big around would you say that is, buddy? Pretty big, pretty beefy?
I'd say this is actually kind of a thin saber. If you've been getting like the what is it called, the
Disney Parks
the
ones,
Disney Parks one,
maybe
or
some of the other
one,
folks.
like Episode 1. You bought one of those sabers at Toys R Us when they were still around. This is a really thin saber. But let's look at one of your sabers. Let's do a quick comparison here.
All right. Well,
let me just tell you guys right now here on the top cam, this is a really nice feeling saber. It's metal, full metal, CNC'd, beautiful. Love the way this feels. So, what are we looking at here? Let's put this guy aside.
So you asked me to bring out something of mine, and we're gonna pull that right in there.
Okay.
Bam.
What are we looking at here on the top cam?
Okay, so what we've got there, this is one of
Can I open it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But be careful, because
Wow. That gets me every time, man.
So this is one of the D23 pass holder collectible things that you would get there from Disneyland. And so what I wanted to do when Dexter gave me a call on this one, he released me from my hypersleep to come by and help him out with this one here. I wanted to look for one of the more readily available types of lightsabers that are out there, so we can compare it from what you can get readily to something that's a little more higher end, a little more custom that you can get.
Can we turn off the music? This is gonna get a copyright struck.
Good
by the
point.
mouse.
All right.
You know what? I think we're already demonetized. Anyway, so yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is the Obi-Wan set, correct?
This is the Obi-Wan set,
Wow,
so you're going to get 3
look
different
at
Obis. You're going to
this.
get from the beginning to the end there. That darn button there is going to make some...
Okay, so can you take it out while I hold this button? I do not want to get copyright.
So here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and pull Padawan Obi. I'm going to zoom it in there,
Okay.
the old Wile E. Coyote. We're going
Okay.
to close that up, and we're going to hopefully save our monetization. Dexter, if you'd be so kind as to hang on to this one for me.
Sure. So while
Bam.
I'm holding on, I'm just going to show you the Damiensaber, and then I'm going to show you
Slide this out really quick.
Obi-Wan Padawan saber right here. And look at that. So that is the difference in terms of like size. So you can see that, yeah, you could definitely compare them, and it works if you're like cosplaying as a Jedi. This would definitely look really nice on your hip.
Obi's a little thicker,
Yeah, as
but
it
that
should be.
doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the Damiensaber, because, like you said, you had that learning curve.
Right.
But Damiensaber packed a lot of stuff into a neat little package.
All right, so let's take a second. We're going to assemble the Damiensaber, and probably we're going to have some B-roll here and there while we're talking about it of just the features of this saber. Don't want to go too much into the Disney stuff, because you know what? You're buying this, not this.
Exactly. The
So-
idea is, folks, we want to give you an opportunity to check out all the features on this thing, get to see it in action there. Someone might hit somebody with it. Who knows what's going to happen next?
All right, so let's get the blade on it. Now, before we do that, this is the blade that goes on it is actually screwed in, kind of like pressure fit in with these 3 set screws. Unlike the Disney one, you just literally twist it on. This one, you're going to have to screw it in, unfortunately. But you know what? Once it's in there, it's very sturdy. So
Sure thing.
we're going to take a minute, and we're going to screw that in. We are back. We're going to put the saber on the table. Ron's going to go over some features with you. Whoa, look at this.
Whoopsie
here.
doodle. All right, so we've got
let's go.
ourselves
I'll
some
help you
blade
out
here.
here.
And
This thing's fairly long, as you can see.
once it gets all put together there,
All right.
bam, here we are. All right, this
so
is
let's
it as a
go
whole.
over some features.
Alrighty, so what we've got is a lovely USB-C port up top there. That's going to be for your charging.
On
And
the top cam.
yep. And if you happen to get one of their more upgraded versions there, they're Xenopixel blades, very similar to the NeoPixel, and we'll get that in just a moment. This will allow you to fiddle with your fonts, some of your colors, and some other settings. But what we have here is the RGBX, which is a wonderful piece with a whole lot of stuff going on. So we're going to press that button there. We're going to wake her up.
Ooh.
And now it's on. So
All right.
what's next, do you think?
I'm assuming it'll charge up.
All right, let's turn her on.
All right. Boom. Whoa. As you guys can hear, probably on the mic, it's really loud. In my opinion, I think this is way louder, and this is the highest volume that this will get to. This is much louder than the official Disney stuff that you can get.
That's for darn sure.
Wow, look at this.
This one does have multiple sound settings. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm excited when we're talking about noisy flashlights, that's for sure. But this one does have 2 sound settings for a quiet one, so you don't have your kids know that you're having a good time. And then we have the loud one there when you want them to be drowned out because they stole your youth.
Go ahead and change the volume.
Okay, so what we're going to do next there, as far as changing the volume on this one, what we have to do is we got to turn that off. So go ahead and turn her on off. You press that button and you hold it for just a moment. Off-see daisy, there we go. Now it's really simple to go ahead and adjust that volume. What you're going to do is if you look at that LED switch there, you're going to press it for 1 blink and let go.
Volume low.
So that's low. This is what it sounds like low. And then we're going to turn it off. And then we're going to do it again, and we're going to hear... Mute, obviously. No sound. Okay, and now we're going to bring it back to high, just to show you.
Volume high.
Now look at that. Traditionally, the lightsabers like you would get there at Galaxy's Edge are nowhere near this loud. So
actually,
it's one of the...
Can we do a quick comparison?
Yeah, we can definitely do that for you. So let's go ahead and plug in the old Padawan Obi. And we'll get that one on screen for you.
So this is the Padawan Obi.
And if you would do the honors, sir.
Okay, this is Padawan Obi. And then this is the Damiensaber. Hear the difference. Wow.
Definitely drowns it out there, that's for darn sure.
Wow.
So all of your Jedi battle fantasies are going to be lived out in a much richer sound quality.
And let's look here at the blade as well. The color is pretty darn close.
Very similar.
The Damiensaber, the official licensed product, as you can see, it almost looks identical.
So what we've got here, and the difference between the 2 blades obviously is going to be an LED strip in the Disney parks versus a single LED over there in the Damiensaber. But if you look at it as a whole, you're getting a much richer color straight up as opposed to where you can see the individual LEDs in person. Now, on screen, you might not be able to see it. And for some reason, now it's turning green and red.
What? Why is this one turning red?
I have no idea. I've never seen this happen before. That's neat.
Why is it turning? This is an official one. It's turning red.
Well, I'm officially going to turn it off.
But you know what? You can change the color on the Damien one as well. Show us how.
Yes, you can. You definitely can do it there. And it's just as much fun, if not more fun, doing it with the Damiensaber. So what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and turn this bad boy off. Right? Now we're going to turn this one back on just again because I enjoy watching that blue ignite. That's for darn sure. Check that out. All right, so there's 2 ways you can change the colors on this thing. There's a smooth color change, and then there's a quick color change. If you're just in a hurry to get to the red, because, you know, we're all horrible people, you can go ahead and use this route. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold that button for 3 flashes, 2, 3, and then it's just going to cycle through those colors. Check that out, folks.
So these are all the colors that you can get with this saber, which is really cool.
Yep, and when you find the one you want...
You're not stuck with blue.
Nope. You got your pinks, you got your whites, you got some greens right there, you got a nice cyan, but there it is. There's that red. Now on screen, we got a lot of white lights here, so it's washed out a little bit, but that's okay.
Turn down the light a little bit. There you go, that's good. So there it is, we're a little bit darker now. Okay,
much darker there, so you get a nice red on that one. But of course, that's only if you're in a hurry. Now if you just really want to show off your features there, you're going to hold that button. You're going to move that a little more here. You're going to hold that button for 2 flashes. That's 1, that's 2.
Whoa! Wow!
But what's going to happen now is you're going to get a smooth transition through a whole bunch of different colors, a lot of richness in there. Wow. It's really neat that you get with these third-party sabers. Yeah. And the Damiensaber is right up there with a lot of the other companies, in my opinion, just based on what we're seeing here. And whenever we get to a color you like there, by all means, you go ahead and let me know, my friend.
All right, let's go to green.
Let's find a green, all right. And slowly but surely it's going to go to green.
Turn of the Jedi.
You know why that lightsaber was green, by the way?
Why? As we wait for it to turn green.
Well, because the original Anakin's lightsaber was blue. And there was a lot of outdoorsy, just say when, we're close.
Getting there.
We're close. I'm going to red. But because it was outdoorsy, you couldn't put that blue lightsaber up against the sky. So they just changed it green so it actually filmed a lot better. And then we ended up with one of the most iconic colors of our lightsabers, like Qui-Gon Jinn. Master Luke Skywalker.
You just have a bunch of Star Wars knowledge in your pocket.
I have a whole lot of information.
Right there.
Okay, so there we are. That's where we're at.
Okay.
And there's a lovely shade of green for you there.
Okay.
With the Obi-Wan sound font.
Okay, so speaking of sound fonts, do we only have Obi-Wan?
No, we do not.
Okay,
Fortunately enough,
Oh,
with the motion controls, you were able to get her to turn right on off. And now you're turning it right back on.
And you can turn this off too.
You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy, because we're going to go through all of these things, and I know you're excited to continue to play with this thing.
Hold on,
but the motion controls...
Hold on. I just love that.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. But we've got a handful of other fonts on there, ranging from your Scavenger, because we're not going to use the license name, because this is not a licensed product, but it's just as much fun.
Okay, so let's switch up the font. Now, you could do it manually. We don't really have that much time left to go over the manual side. Let's do a quick change.
Okay, so what we're going to do for the quick change, we got to turn this bad boy off. Ooh, look at that. Turns right off. You're going to pick her up.
Okay.
You're going to give
Now,
her
this
about...
has a learning curve, okay?
You're going to give her about 30 degrees, okay?
I know we're looking at the top cam here, but it's around 30 degrees angled, pointing down, the bottom side pointing down.
Then you just give it a quick twist.
Rage Knight, so that's
And so that's going to be Kylo Ren, so let's go ahead and turn her on.
Unstable.
And what I did was I gave us the unstable blade, so that way
makes
it's
sense.
just like
Kylo
Kylo
that makes
Ren.
a lot of sense. So look at this. Bam! And look at... very unstable.
Very unstable. Wonderful with that green, too. That was a really good choice with that green, and I like the sound font.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Flash on Clash there is coming up in just a little bit, but that's if you're deflecting your blaster bolts. Bam, bam, bam. Or you give it a little bit of a hold there. Whoopsie doodle. I just changed it, but that's okay because I can't get enough of how much we love the color changing option on this thing. It's super neat. We're going to keep it that way because we don't want to alienate any of our other viewers out there, regardless of whatever your favorite color is. We're moving through many different colors.
So
and
we're
we're
at
stopping.
Mace Windu?
Yeah, we're seeing a Mace Windu, a royalish purple, little bit of a pink. But as you can see, this thing does so many different things.
Okay, so let's change it to another font, and then I guess we'll come up with a conclusion of this thing. I think those are the main features we want to get out. There's a lot more features, but mainly the change of the font, the change of the color, and everything like that, and some motion controls that we put in there. And all of it seems to be working well once you get the idea and the handle of it. So let's do another font change.
One more quick change. Whoopsie doodle, because I didn't do that one right, because I'm trying not to hit Dexter in the face. Not yet.
That's okay.
Princess.
So this is the Princess Leia sound font. And we've got it with that unstable blade there, so it's going to be a little bit of a flickery thing. But you can see we've got multiple sound fonts on here. All of them are unique. You're going to get different swing noises. You're going to get different contact sounds. All these things you're going to see in that B-roll here. There's only so much we can do on the Wile E. Coyote cam.
Yeah.
But we want to give you a great view of all the features and functions here off of this Damiensaber.
Okay, let's come to a conclusion. Yes, absolutely worth the money. Lots of features, little learning curve, but once you learn it, fantastic. One thing we didn't really talk about, what we're probably showing on screen right now is this dualable?
Well, that's what we're going to be finding out there in that B-roll. Based on those grub screws holding that blade in, and our own little swinging it beforehand, because you have to test it. You got to test drive the car before you try to review it, that's for sure. And I definitely think this thing is dualable. Now, are we talking light dueling with your son? Are we talking heavy dueling in a competition setting?
I'd say competition.
I would say it's fairly close. I would say it's fairly close. The blade itself looks like it's pretty solid, and I think it could hold up to a little bit of punishment there.
Okay.
I think it'll come down to your skill with the blade, because your materials are definitely going to hold up under some impact.
Yes, so yeah, it is dualable. I'm going to hit another lightsaber with it as hard as I can, and it seems to be doing pretty well as far as we tested. So therefore, yeah, I have to say this is a win. Here you go, Ron. This is for you. Christmas gift.
Wonderful.
And if you're looking to pick this up, you can get it at...
You're going to go to www.damiensaber.com.
That's right. We're going to put it in the description down below and probably the first comment. And I think that's it for today. Thank you, Ron, for coming on the show. It's been a long time.
It has been a while, my friend, and I want to be around more. I really do, especially when you've got wonderful viewers providing you with materials such as this.
Indeed. And of course, we're going to do toy reviews.
Oh,
and
yes.
especially when it comes to toys. Where can you get awesome action figures, Ron?
Oh, you're going to go to www.dstartoys.com.
Yes, your reliable source for awesome action figures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always going to know when we post new videos. And you know what? Ron might be in the next one.
I might be. But I also want to take a quick opportunity, Dexter, if you don't mind me.
Sure.
Damiensaber, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to provide us with this wonderful piece there. We don't do these types of sponsored things very often because we're very discerning about what we do. Thank you again for providing us with a wonderful piece, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right. Peace.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.